Alrighty, hello everyone. It's good to see you all again, even though I can't see you once again. But yeah, I know I look like a mess this episode. Gonna get that out of the way. I look pretty crazy right now. But I've got a video to film anyway, and so let's just jump right into it. Actually not, no, I forgot to tell you guys the theme of this week. So I heard a car. Anyway, the theme of this week is we take our favorite cosplay from our favorite series that we've done, or series like anime or a TV show or something like that, and therefore I have chosen Jinx from Teen Titans. I'll try to slip in a photo of her somewhere, probably not on the screen, but somewhere. It'll be cringy editing. But yeah, so I chose Jinx from Teen Titans, the original Teen Titans show, but not the original Teen Titans show from like way back in the day, but like the early 2000s one. And so here you go, I'm going to show you the cosplay, then I'll get in it and I'll model it around, and I'm going to tell you all why I love it so much. Yes, this is the entirety, I believe, of my Jinx cosplay. So, it's pretty simple. It mostly consists of these tights here, which I just snuck under the dress. And then I've got my wig, which I do model differently sometimes. Like, I'll sneak in some photos at the end, and sometimes I have it in the braids like these. Other times when I don't have time for that, Other times when I don't have time for that, I'll just have it down, maybe like one braid. And then over here, I have a choker necklace that I use for Jinx, because, you know, she has a nice pendant. I got it really cheap off of Amazon. I was happy about it. Let's get into the main dress here. So it was a dress I just bought off of Amazon. Sorry, I think I'm getting a little bit sick. It's the winter time. And I went to Joann Fabrics with my grandmother, because she's an amazing woman. And I got some purple fabric, and I cut it up the way I cut it up. Sorry, I talk really fast sometimes. I cut it up the way I wanted, and so I have, I basically just followed the model of Jinx, and I hot glued it all around the collar, and her buttons, and her little waist thing. Oh, and at one point I did cut one of the sleeves off. It was this one. I cut the sleeve off by accident once, and so actually at a convention, my cousin's friend sewed it back on for me because she's so incredibly amazing. So yeah, it's a really simple cosplay, but it is my favorite. And so now I'm going to put this on and model it for you guys. Okay guys, so here is the cosplay. Well, I'll show you a different angle as well. But yeah, it's mostly just this. And it is my favorite at this point. I really truly love it. You know, the hair is an issue. I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but back here you can totally see all of the netting. Haha. All of the netting is there, which sucks, but because I like it in the braids, I don't care. So here, let me just, yeah. I'm wondering if I can get to a mirror and show you guys a better angle just before I get into the talking about why I love this cosplay. But I really do love this cosplay. Here's a mirror. You can't, I have to turn my head. It's also lumpy in the back because my hair is lumpy. Like, you'd think I don't have a lot of hair, so it wouldn't be like, you'd think it wouldn't be a lot to stick in wig cap, but it really is, just because of, my hair is really thick, and so it's hard to get in a wig cap, but we make it work. So ignore my messy as hell room, but this is the cosplay, except I'm not wearing my shoes. But it's okay, my shoes are just these purple docs I have, and that's what I use them for. But yeah, this is the cosplay. It's kind of really simple, but hell, Jinx is, well, her design is simple, but her character is anything but. But yeah, so this is the cosplay. It's fun, and let's just get to the question part, I suppose. Okay, so let's get into, oh my god, I just touched the oven. Yeah. Anywho, let's get into about the cosplay. Maybe just step back more. There we go. I hope y'all can hear me. Actually, I hope I'm not being too loud. Anywho, let's get into this cosplay. So why I love Jinx so much? Well, I'm really obsessed with superheroes, especially DC superheroes, though mostly just their animated works and the comics. What the hell? Sorry, it's a new kitchen. Anyway, I'm really into them, mostly the comics with their animated works. Otherwise, for movies, usually for superheroes, it's Marvel, but not their animated. Their animated's not too good nowadays. But anyway, so I used to watch Teen Titans all the time as a kid, and I really loved it. And then once I got older, more into my young teens, probably around my freshman year of high school and stuff, I really got back into Teen Titans. It was like finding my roots again. I just went back and I rewatched the entire series. I found it online and then I got taken down and that was upsetting. But I really loved it, so I kept watching it. And I got really attached to the character Jinx just because I was like, damn, like she's so fiery and she comes out of nowhere. Like, I love all the other characters too, but there was something about Jinx and just basically the one episode with her where it was her and Kid Flash. I think it was called like Heat Stroke or something, Heat Flash, something like that. And it is still to this day my favorite episode. And not just because they had a guy come in and they're like, oh, he's quirky and like he's changing her for the better, because that wasn't really what it was like. Like, he helped inspire Jinx, who had been a villain basically her whole life. She worked with the Brotherhood. She was trying to work with the Brotherhood of Evil. She was in the High Five. She was the leader, for Christ's sake. But then Kid Flash came in and he was like, ah, you can be good, Chica, you're good. And she was like, I don't need you. I don't need my teammates, I don't need you. But she did want to capture him to gain leverage with the Brotherhood of Evil, which I thought was ingenious. And she eventually, as soon as the Brotherhood of Evil turned on her, she turned back on them and she was like, hey, F you. I'm letting this guy go just to spite you. But she still did grow that connection with Kid Flash. She got away from the Hive and the Brotherhood of Evil. And that was great. And her and Kid Flash really did have an amazing chemistry. Flinx is one of my favorite ships ever. I know people don't talk about ships a whole lot nowadays, but that is still probably my OTP, if people still use that word. They're my favorite. I love them so much. I would love to cosplay with a Kid Flash. Actually, at Comic-Con this past, oh god, it was like a month or so ago, there was a Kid Flash cosplayer there, and he recognized me and I recognized him, and we did do some photos together, and that was really fun. He was really neat. Anyway, back to the cosplay. And so then later on in the series, it wasn't just like Jinx fell in love with this superhero and like he's hot, so like she's into him and she's gonna change for him. She was still like a fiery badass even after she left the Hive. Like in the last or second to last episode of the Teen Titans Complete series, besides that little bit of the other season we don't talk about, she showed up to the final battle with Kid Flash and basically saved a lot of people's asses because her whole team just looked at her and they were like, hey, what the hell? And she was just like, bye, bitch. And she just hexed them and they were gone. And it was like, damn, it's not like they changed her into this like goody two-shoes. She's still herself. She's still a badass. It's just that she's seen a different side of things. She saw a different way she could live. And so she just proved as a character that you can change, you can get better as a person, but you can still be you. Like, you can do both. And I thought she was just the coolest character ever. And I know nowadays, even in Teen Titans Go, which I abhor, I do not watch it at all, she has gained a bit of a cult following from that show though. Like, they put her in most episodes, from what I've heard, and they changed her design up a bit, but whatever. But like, she's really recognized now, and that's probably the one thing Teen Titans Go did, was they saw this character, they saw how the fans were reacting, and they were like, hey, we're gonna put her in more shit, and they did, and that was fantastic. And this is really cute, actually. When I was at Comic-Con, it was like a few people recognized me, but not a lot, but there was this little girl, I think she was dressed up as a pirate, and she was with her mother, and the little girl just came up to me in the dealer's room, and she was like, hi, are you Jinx? And I was like, yeah, I am. And she was like, can I get a photo with you? And I was like, sure, of course. And so I'm standing with her, we're both smiling, we're ready to get a photo, and the mom's taking her time with the iPad, and the mom's like, oh, thank you so much. I'm like, it's cool, it's cool. And the little girl's looking at me and she's like, you're a villain? I'm a villain too. And I was just like, yeah, you go, girl, that's how it goes. And that was like the cutest moment for me, because I was like, it's this little girl's recognizing who I'm cosplaying and she likes it, and I'm just like, oh, this is great. And then later when I was walking away, I realized the only way that little girl knew me was because of Teen Titans Go. And that kind of struck me as sad, but at the same time it was kind of nice, because at least some sort of legacy of Teen Titans and Jinx is living on in the coming up kids, the new kids. I mean, I'm not super old either, but there's definitely a distance between my age group and the younger age group. It's a big difference, even though we are the same generation. It's kind of crazy to me. But that's a whole different topic anyway. So yeah, this was my Jinx cosplay. And I hope you all liked it and you enjoyed this video. I am your Tuesdays. And if you did love this, be sure to like it up, even though it doesn't do anything, because screw YouTube. And just be sure to subscribe to the channel. We love everyone that subscribes, even though we don't know you, so it's a lie. And be sure to check out every other day of the week. We upload currently every day of the week. Pretty soon, I believe we're going to be mixing it up, so that it'll be some people upload one week and then other people upload the next week. But either way, every week there will be uploads. So please subscribe, check us out, and stick around because it's just going to get better from here.